All right, so here is the official map video. We're in my spare room right now because this is where I'm keeping all my work stuff right now. So here are the maps that your map city might look like. Now, here's one thing. These are on pieces of paper, giant pieces of paper that we have at the school. If you absolutely don't have anything you could do this map on, you can contact me or your teacher, Miss Hillen, and see about maybe your parents stopping at the school and picking up a piece of paper to do this on. Otherwise, man, you could do this anywhere. You could do this on a giant piece of cardboard. You could tape a bunch of pieces of paper together. I don't care how big it is. It just has to have everything on it. So let me show you some maps that were done in the past. The first map I'm going to show you is giant and like really, really well done. If you did this, you would get a 4, no problem. So here we go. Okay, so here's the first map. It is colored really well, which is the expectation. No white space at all. And they used a ruler for every line. So you have to use a ruler for every line. It has one giant road going through and then little tiny roads connecting. So obviously they paid for roads. Now they have a beach. They have fire stations all throughout. This is an airport. This right here is a hospital. And this building right here is their school, okay? All right, so this is their good map. They put all their houses in one area because what you want to think about is, do you really want your houses near where you dump your trash? See, they have their waste management right here, right behind a restaurant and a school. So not a great place because you might smell trash when you go to school all day and that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. They also don't have any police stations near the houses. So if somebody were to commit a crime in these apartments or in these houses over here, the cops would have to take this one road all the way in a weird way to get over there, and it might take too long. So think about where you're putting stuff, okay? So this is in California because they have a mountain and they have a beach. Now, what made this a 4 is the coloring. It was so awesome. And the 3D buildings that were attached in places. So that's a great one. Okay. The next building would be a 3. And here's why. They drew it kind of 3D. Okay. And then they do actually have some 3D buildings on here. But there is no white space. Again, absolutely no white space. And they did a really good job of putting things where it goes. So this is their airport. These are runways. Here's their water plant off in the side. Not a bad idea. Right next to a Tesla shop. And they have a movie theater over there. Not a bad idea. They have a giant park, okay? And the Sam's Club. One fire station right next to the hospital. Also not a bad idea. A Target kind of in the middle of everywhere. Once again, though, didn't really think about where to put their waste management. So this is a courthouse. They put that right next to the waste management. Think about where you're putting that because it's going to smell like trash, okay? Has everything it needs, bunch of apartments, and it's colored in nicely. So that would receive a 3. Okay, if I move on to the next one. This one was done a little bit differently. Okay, this was done long ways, and they had a beach, and this would also receive a 3. Here's why. It's colored in. They took their time. They used a ruler on everything, and it looks good. Houses are there. It would have got a 4 if it was all labeled, but not everything is labeled. Notice on everything else, everything was labeled. But like, what is that? Fire? It's a fire? No, it's a fire station, but they didn't make it very obvious, okay? So make sure that yours looks similar to this, but has all the writing. Here's another one that would have received a 3, okay? This is San Jose's lake. So this city's called San Jose, okay? It's got a weird layout. It received a 3 because it has all its coloring and stuff. Would have got a 4 if they had used a ruler, but they did not use a ruler. So looking right here, this is like a parking lot. You don't have to name those. This is obviously a football station, or not football station, a football stadium, hotels. But where are their houses? Where are those? We got a 4 if that had been in there too, but it was not. Now, pulling up here, this is a little bit messy. If you see this, this is incredibly messy. It's not colored well. Is this in the middle of the ocean? Like, why is it all blue? So this is all colored in and it's all labeled, but not done very well. The houses are all on the outside and everything is looking good, but like this road just goes to nowhere. So this one is not finished. This is a rush job. So make sure you do a lot better, okay? See how full it is though? Not a bad idea. Now this one right here is one of my favorites, and I've kept it for about 3 years now. This is a 4, okay? All the houses are nice and neat in rows. They have little yards out front and they're labeled. The airport is well drawn and labeled. Hotel's right next to the airport. Fire station is near the houses. Police station's near the houses. They have a parking lot so that you can park at the airport. There's high school, middle school, and elementary school all near the houses, which makes a lot of sense. There's also houses over on this side, which is not bad. There's a church, lots of restaurants, movies, park, all that stuff with one big like roundabout so that it's easy to get anywhere in here. Now here's a cool part. They did put their waste management over near a road because it's easy for dump trucks to get to, but it's not too close to the water plant. However bad it is near the houses. So think about where you're putting that, okay? Now here, this is a bad example. This is not what you want to do. It's better than the blue one because it's not all on grass, or on water, it's on grass, but like, look, the handwriting wasn't taken care of. They obviously didn't use a ruler. These houses are just all out of whack, mall. Like they didn't use a ruler or do a very good job. That's a bad map. Another good map, and our final map, we're gonna look at 2 more maps. So let's look at one more crappy one. This didn't get finished. Look at it. Didn't use a ruler. Not good at all. Don't do that. And finally, this really, really good one. Now this one is the best map I've ever seen anybody ever do, okay? They put their waste management right next to an elementary school and hospital. Bad idea, but other than that, this map is absolutely perfect. There's malls, there's an airport, shelter. The roads are nice and neat. They even drew some cars on here. Look how well it's colored and look how amazing it is with a ruler, okay? So that's what I'm looking for here. Take your time, do a good job with maps. Now, there is a 3D portion to these maps, and some of them, the like really good ones, had them on the map. It's actually attached. That is an option, but is not absolutely necessary. And I'll come up with a later video after everybody finishes their map, showing you exactly what it might look like to create 3D stuff. This is an aquarium, okay? So we'll talk about what it would look like for that. But for now, just get going on your map and enjoy. Adios.